Okay, abusia be makwa ba sonko so ereba POG Media so. Abusia yembonra eye yensemu. Eye 1340 eye ECG missing containers no. Eno ana abusia afenyo markings nidin akwako pima abusia enye afenyo markings nkwa Mati opoku prempe enso edinye pima abusia afenyo marking eye ECG boss chairman na yese ono no onim de ekoso ECG containers na chese ira no afenyo markings ne ho bom papa a chese ya freno a investigations ekoso e won inside Kevin Taylor ababa be blast no and also ene chese ye de ato ye screen no enche na abusia yense momre no sisi ade eye afenyo markings na so ayesh papa obe fe eye boni a wodi ni na Akuffo mom yanko na yankonkoti ensma ekoso madam ase.
So you have 4 minutes. Mr. S, good timing. This is one thing I really want to talk about. ECG, the minister Wakasa Messi. The NPP as a political party is full of foolish people. Messi, Jandam BNU Beye Juma. Now the energy minister John Jenapo has spoken and so far arrest is being made. And Minister Naka, or see, yes, statistics prosecuting Akuffo. Mema kakobia metna radio sunka say the minister is persecuting people. The ministry mamon kasa ankwasi asebno because you people are telling the minister say so wachia Akuffo on prosecute. So when people yes statistics you put people before court to jail them mema kakoti anakobi hwini bia metna wuntumi asempa kwasi ampanyi bia metna eyedian joy news. The government is stepping on the fundamental right of Ghanaians. And you, Martin Pebu, everything you say, take your time and research before you speak. Sometimes you are quick to speak and it embarrasses you. It is a good advice I'm giving you. I respect you, but I think you are trying too much. Asamoba Atnase, Yenimse Franklin Kujo de IGPD yina mana bodam. Do you know Sir Franklin Kujo? Ghana DDEP. Do you know? But this guy is still supporting MPP's nonsense in opposition. Franklin Kujo, aunenia what to say me. DDEP by no. Nisika be 80% but today he's sitting there talking about human rights and why we are not supposed to go after people. And these are people we cannot sit in Ghana and entertain. They don't know what they want. Balls they don't even know whether it is 1 or 2. These are people who know shit and they lie to you people, making you people think that they are smart. Mumusa Franklin Kujo said, how much money did he lose during the DDEP? He lost all his investment, only capre. But this same person will sit there and say, the NDC is not doing this. The NDC, shut up and let the NDC work. Now, Energy Minister Wakasa, and it's got to do with that. ECG, the containers na Ayira ewo infa, Ayira ewo Tema Port. 1,347 containers. Now, an Indian national has so far been picked up over the missing containers. The suspect claims they were sold to him last year. Now, and the government initiated serious investigations. Chi India ni, nanya India ni kwa na chino, yasachi other Chinese. Now, you know the funny thing, containers no, NPP for no containers na nom they are Chinese in India for no, na cables no woman no, oman na neno. Enti it becomes so difficult to track even the content of the container. It is 1,500 and 1,300. What they were doing over time, and they say at ECG, on their system, they have their 3,000 containers at the port. You will see, say, by the time you come to the port, realistically, they don't have 3,000 containers. They have taken the containers, given it out, and on the system at ECG, it reached 3,000. It is, oh yeah. Onya smart now almost system so now so we have 3,000 containers stacked. But when you go to ECG and you go to check it for yourself, the real numbers on the ground you will see say 1,500 or 1,300 have been stolen and no NSC. Now the minister were initiating investigations. They are on the ground and they are searching. Now today in Kwama Chinipa almost 30. What is happening? They say, Yachi India nibi wajatum or see the containers, about 40 of them, they were sold to him last year. Now, another 22 Chinese, they have been arrested. They are saying, yes, it is the ministry of Akuffo, the MPP for they move the containers and give to. Let's listen to the minister and the grantee interview.
Most important one has to do with the whereabouts of those containers.
Indeed.
The briefing I got this morning, and let me comment the National Security Operatives and the law enforcement agencies. The information I got this morning is that already they've traced about 40 of them to a particular terminal or warehouse in Pung, which belongs to an Indian man of extraction. And they've confiscated all the 40 containers, and they are moving them to a secured location. The man indicates that those containers were sold to him last year, and so that's a subject, a matter of investigation, and law enforcement agencies would ensure that the law takes its course. There are also reports of some other areas that they are picking intelligence. They will trace all of them, retrieve all the containers as soon as possible, and put the perpetrators before the courts of competent jurisdiction. Let me just sound that when we start prosecuting these people, let nobody come to say we are witch hunting. These are properties of the states. Every legitimate and legal means to ensure that we retrieve them and to hold all those behind these acts to account. And so we'll continue to work hard.
So that's the minister. Thank you, Mr. S, for reminding me. It's exactly 10 p.m. in Ghana. My financial story way. It wasn't just the Indian and then through the security agencies, they also arrested some Chinese. You can see 8 Chinese Ghanaian arrested over missing ECG containers. We know for a fact to say the NPP, they sold these containers and that they were quick to go to market. Oh, and these Yaton containers, they know what is coming. They know. Yachi Indiani, Yachi Chinese before, they are getting close to about 30 or over people who have been arrested. And they are going to lead us to Napo. They are going to lead us to Napo because Napo was the energy minister. How these people got access to the containers. So what these people do, they say, containers what they do is only custom officers be and containers. But when it comes to ECG under Napo on the system, it is 3,000. In Tubeko airport one na omo containers no ko what they do is say omo yi wires na ewom ni nyina na wires no eya na rubber wo ho into omo yi rubber na ka kopa no man nane omo wi anom the container na back. This time they were not fortunate and our society into our society na container na carbon they could not bring it back. All the containers that left the port in 2024, the latter part of 2024 ya ba beto aba no omo move sa container ni nyina. Right now, the Chinese, the Indian man, they have all been arrested. Indian in 40 containers in the water. This is a developing story. We know and we trust the process. Jakwa won't find him. Jakwa, the punisher. He's there. And Jakwa will follow it. Jakwa, another one has come. Arrest for me. Thank you very much, Jakwa. All right, now, to cover up your criminal dealings in your business. So, politician Jina TV so. Say, A.Markin Kasongo Jina TV so catch will say, oh, you know me, I have my business. I'm a businessman. That's why I don't take political appointment. Or boy, he is a criminal businessman. Now, for him to get his way and for him to bully the system and for him to use politics to make his way and win a lot of criminal deals, he uses politics to front for his business. Because this is the first time I've say, Obi to Ghana can also or a full-time businessman, you're a politician. In America, Obi or a politician, be a businessman. Their full-time occupation is a politician. And only in Ghana, na parliament can say, I am not taking appointment because I'm a businessman. If you're a businessman, go to the business field and create job opportunities there. Because the probability of you having conflict of interest in your duty, it is high. Because your business might have a business deal with a party who is friend to another party, which friend to another business, that will bring a deal to parliament for it to be passed. The moment that bill is passed, whenever that company is making revenue, it is indirectly going to trigger for your company to make money. So your business is not supposed to be in parliament. You are supposed to be a full-time businessman. It is all this A.Markin say, I am a businessman, so I didn't take appointment because he's a criminal. The NPP belongs to the opposition. They need to be in opposition for 42 years. Now, team, stay with me. Now, you see the story. Debbie, I'm a catcher Ghana for say, we are not supposed to. You see, I like the way the President of the Republic, Mr. S, Mr. P, exactly 10 p.m. Ghana time, let me know, alert me on the system to switch. They are never coming to power again. As far as I live, Onyankopon Allah, Amamenkwa, and has given me life, Amame, energy. You people will come to power after 46 years. So when you're ready, some will be kind of space or Ghana BM. Now, over 1,300 ECG containers missing at Tema Port. And the other told say 1,300 ECG containers. Tele 40 feet tele 1,300 ayira. Sanko siafu no we excavators 2,500 party hiska. Now, do you know what they are doing with this story? The MPP are quick to go to market. Executives nina ashada tuogum. Oh, and this for 1,300 containers are ECG dia boa. Anything I can just say, this platform, it's very important you stay here every day because there's nothing here. The NPP and the Bawumia and Akuffo during their tenure in office, ECG problems Bawumia Akuffo and the NPP for it was deliberate. Containers are a carry a ECG equipment are yedibabo Ghana kanya honsemo bra. Ediama yenkanya semejina na so ama ECG generating revenue achichire Ghana no. Nanado dan Akuffo and the Bawumia NPP nyanwe 1,300 containers ni nyina yiraye under their tenure. Time Akuffo ado teso and ade we yiraye. Okay. Kevin Taylor can send me. Asam no kan no no kura no ene den hwade. Now me read this story me wia na ma dwudwa bibi mu akirem. An investigative report on the Electricity Company of Ghana has revealed that more than 1,300 containers which were supposed to be cleared at the Tema Port cannot be accounted for. The chairman of the committee that conducted the investigation, Professor Innocent Senyo Akwa, disclosed that while ECG claimed to have 2,491 uncleared containers which contained cables as well as other equipment belonging to ECG, an independent audit at the port found only 1,134, leaving 1,347 unaccounted for. Now, okay, story ni sa ko enima me bejuju machiro. Meanwhile, during this period, the company awarded contracts to 2 firms to clear the containers, with one being pre-financed by ECG. It was further disclosed that one of these companies lacked the necessary license to carry procurement breaches. To carry out the contract, raising concerns over procurement breaches. The committee also found that ECG procurement directorates had been merged with its housing and estate units. Additionally, background checks on the director of the procurement revealed that he had no prior experience in procurement and was not a member of any professional procurement body. Now, so what kind of story now? ECG for set up a committee say omo investigate a containers na do dan Akuffo ado mabreso na egu porter na omo say 2,491 containers a ECG dia. Now, sa committee na ye be investigation so omo nye adwuma no omo pensempensemu eye adwuma hwehwehwe nyoma mu no omo behu say ECG and Bawumia na Akuffo ado sa containers are almost 2,491 no only 1,134 per na ECG clear. Now omo ye hwehwemu no omo behu say 1,347 containers no ayira every port wo. Now investigations records no a committee ni ye no busa me ho say committee ben why na ti committee no committee na yes investigations we NDC aban energy minister John Abujinapo and a T committee no we have the evidence bet you know. It John Abujinapo T committee no committee ni eyo investigations no be hu say about 1,347 containers 40 feet ani nyina yera na nhwehwemu no be hu say ECG and Bawumia ne Akuffo Addo omuni companies be sign a contractor na companies no krampo no omuni the necessary documentation and clearance and credibility to even be signing a contract with ECG. Almost I be who say companies ni bi kura no ECG say omuna omuma omu sika say omu fanyi containers no nanso yekohwe mu no containers say 2,491 no emu 1,347 ayira. Now hwade MPP4 they are on social media, all the executives, and this thing is being manipulated or organized by A.Markin and Nat'l and NPP4 omunimu party no Akroma party. Now me be show the evidence. Nipa obi a committee no abanya mo bi a committee na committee ne investigations and ya be hu se den ECG and Nana Addo Akuffo Addo. ECG and Nana Addo Akuffo Addo. ECG and Nat'l ne hwene set torchlight the crime they have committed. This ECG wants to make under Nat'l na Nat'l ne energy minister. Excavator kure dwane etu ayira na container. Now me for evidence no and wom. Now this is the energy minister John Jinapor. This is when John Jinapor set up the committee to do the investigations. Sa committee na NDC 40 no and no na ende abemaye be hu say 1,347 containers ayira. This is the evidence.
A 5-member investigative committee uncovered serious procurement lapses within the Electricity Company of Ghana, leading to the disappearance of over 1,300 containers meant for electricity infrastructure.
We took a list of containers that ECG has, as containers they have at the port, to be 2,491. That was the list they gave us, 2,491. However, when we visited the port and counted the ECG containers there, we got 1,134. 2,491 is the list we were given. We got 1,134, leaving out about 1,328 containers that could not be accounted for.
The committee also found that ECG awarded contracts to 2 companies to clear the containers, one of which was pre-financed by ECG, yet lacked the necessary license to operate.
Over a period when they piled up to over 2,400, we saw that 2 clearing companies were engaged to clear those particular containers for ECG.
The Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Abdullahi Jinapor, described the findings as alarming and promised swift action.
We also have to change the procurement processes at ECG. It can't be business as usual, and I can assure you that we intend to take some swift, far-reaching measures to ensure that the right thing is done.
The investigation, which began after the minister's visit to the port in January, estimates ECG's liabilities at 1.5 billion cedis. Authorities say those found culpable will face legal action.
Evidence in Sa committee no NDC Energy Minister John Abu Jinapor ne video share no na committee no koye investigations we no the report ne brand say ejuma wo de maaye say yenko check ECG containers port nyina no ye koye investigations no under Nat'l no 1,347 containers 40 feet ani nyina ira. Do you know how much the 40 feet 1,347? It is over $500 million. Nyoma na sa container ni mu under Nat'l. So video now share no John Abu Jinapor NDC Energy Minister and the sa committee no sa instructions omukoye investigations and then the omukoye investigations dia ba amia be hu say under Bawumia under Nat'l and the Akuffo Addo no this is what they did. Now my mention idea bi omoye omodwen say ye nuanom asantifo ni bi ejimi nti omotete nkran omo party leaders no and omaye Photoshop no beto social media say munko twantro enkyere Ghana for say NDC for ewia container into hwe omo executives a wo hu ba ko nie we ye hwan NPP Youth Wing, omo platform. And under Ken Faro, ECG containers can fly away from Tema Port. This is NPP. Jimmy. A fake news party. Oko omo executives nana be muna bokom platforms no because omo give some followers na Jimmy. And they see them as stupid. The MPP as a political party no omo obi oka MPP will be also with Jimmy. And that is how they treat them. Because someone say, so I'm yes idea with the social media. I'm call for no one can TikTok now. I'm to make kind no go abroad. Germany say no. I'm tama. I'm king kind. And anytime I catch you say, for NPP to make it back to power, no, it will be over 46 years.
Okay,
Then what's the idea of
so our political highway so after Markins and then call for Dr. Bawumia and omo aba say on ECG missing containers. Nabusia winning and some course. But I must say moje pene kokoti sa audio we ha POG Media so. But I must say.